Welcome to the Millennial Update. This week we'll be discussing Democratic presidential candidates. This election cycle is the first that I can participate in as a voter. While I won't turn 18 in time for my state's primary, many of my peers will. Given the low voter turnout rates at primaries, especially among people my age, I thought it'd be beneficial to make a video to shed some light on each of the candidates' platforms and hopefully encourage people to get involved in the political process and go vote. Keep in mind that I'm going through each of these candidates on a very high level. If there's an issue that you feel very strongly about, I encourage you to do research on your own. Or you can check out the links I provide on my blog post, which is in the description box below. Let's get started. First, Bernie Sanders. Sanders is a senator from the state of Vermont. He was educated at the University of Chicago, and his prior political experiences include being a member of the House of Representatives and serving as a mayor. Sanders considers himself a democratic socialist and outlines the principles of being a democratic socialist on his website. One of Sanders' biggest selling points to Democratic voters is his record on social justice. Sanders has been a supporter of the civil rights movement and LGBTQ rights his entire career. Furthermore, his platform is very heavy on helping to combat economic inequality. Some notable parts include making 2 years of college tuition free, increasing the federal minimum wage to $15, and reducing tax deductions for large corporations while increasing taxes on the top 1%. While many of Sanders' policies line up with those of the Democratic Party, Sanders has gotten heat for setting unrealistic policy goals. Critics of Sanders say that his policies simply aren't feasible, and that many can only be implemented if taxes are raised on the middle class. Nevertheless, Sanders has done exceptionally well, gaining the support of everyday Americans and particularly young Americans. In fact, he's had more donors to his campaign than any other candidate in history. Next, Hillary Clinton. Of the three candidates, Hillary Clinton has the most varied and extensive political experience. She has served as Secretary of State for the first part of the Obama administration, as well as a senator from the state of New York and a First Lady for the United States. All of this political experience, however, hasn't come without its fair share of controversy. Most recently, Clinton faced fallout surrounding her email controversy and the Benghazi affair. For more information, see my blog post. Compared to the other candidates, Hillary Clinton is the most moderate. She supports parts of the Democratic platform, including gun reform, Obamacare, LGBTQ rights, and fighting economic inequality. However, has received backlash for being inconsistent on some of these issues. Most notably, Hillary Clinton has been criticized for her relationship with big banks and corporations, which have helped to fund a significant portion of her campaign. 81% of Hillary Clinton's individual contributions have been large donor contributions, which often come from corporations and PACs, compared to 22% for Bernie Sanders, who has rejected any kind of funding from PACs as a whole. Figures like these have caused people to question Hillary Clinton's relationship with the financial sector, and whether or not she's out of touch with the middle class. However, her political experience seems to be a huge factor in why she's doing so well in the polls. Next, Martin O'Malley. O'Malley is definitely the least recognized candidate of the three. His prior political experiences include serving as governor for the state of Maryland and mayor for the city of Baltimore. As governor for the state of Maryland, O'Malley successfully enacted several liberal policies, including raising taxes on the wealthy, expanding LGBTQ rights, and putting limits on college tuition hikes. Out of all the candidates, O'Malley's policies line up most directly with the Democratic Party. However, the biggest obstacles that he faces in trying to secure the nomination for the Democratic Party are getting over Clinton's name recognition and experience and Bernie Sanders' staunchly liberal appeal. I hope you enjoyed this video giving a rundown of the Democratic candidates' platforms and experiences. Be sure to check out my blog post for more information so you can do your own research and get up to date. And also, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments section below. I plan on making a similar video for Republican candidates as the field starts to narrow and there's less people running. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be on the lookout for that. And I'll see you in a week.